Welcome guys to Zvazviri Pawenera. My name is Mr. Bangs and today we are in Strand. We know that we give you entertainment, but today we thought of giving you something that might be of beneficial to your lives. Today we are discussing funeral cover. And to help me discuss this issue, I've got Tinashe. Tinashe Chingwaru is the CEO of Great Hope. I'm sure by now, mese munoziva Great Hope kuti vanoita nezvei. Now we are in Strand and I would like Tinashe to just introduce herself. Tinashe, how are you doing?
I'm excellent, and how are you, Gerald?
I'm really good. Hey, I'm happy to see such a young CEO in this time and age. Makamutfamza say, okay, we are going to talk about Great Hope, but a little bit about you, CEO at your age. I don't know your age, but I know you're young. How did you become a CEO of Great Hope?
I think it's my destiny. It's in my nature, because ever since I was young, I knew I was special.
Yeah.
Growing up, the main challenge was knowing how special am I. Why am I saying? Why do I feel this zeal?
Yeah.
Because when I do stuff, I always do things 200%. I'm one person who's always serving and doing things her best.
Yeah.
So I think I was born to be a leader.
Yeah.
Just being a CEO at this age means also maybe I can be president. You know, all those things, they run through my mind all the time. So yeah, it's just an icing. So also, I don't believe in defeat.
Yeah.
I'm that person who will start with nothing, and when I'm done with it, you'll be like, wow. So, and I'm a strong believer of God, that anything is possible. That's what has gotten us to where we are right now.
Amazing stuff. I've got girls myself. I've got 2 daughters. So I'm happy when I see a young person being in a position of authority. But then in your environment, in your organization, how are you able to exercise? I know you have Nevangavan older than you, but Pasipako, how do you deal with those kind of people? How do you maneuver yourself? Your day-to-day life, because as a CEO you need to make tough decisions. As a CEO you need to be strong, because you need people to work, because how do you manage that?
For me, I believe in teamwork, and I believe that being a leader, being a CEO is the position that I hold. But there is people that are not CEOs, but they are just as important as I am. So I listen to everyone, I respect everyone, I love everyone. Wow. And when we are working or when we are doing things, even my community, everyone can tell you that I'm a person who just can naturally lead, because I always want to show my strength when things are hard, when things are almost looking impossible. That's when you see me encouraging everyone. Guys, we can do this. Yes. Let's pull, let's push. Yeah. That's where you can really see me lead. And I'm not afraid. Amazing. I think that is one thing that is my strength. Yeah. I've got this, even if it's looking like it's scary, I just gather out courage. I think it's the Holy Spirit that is in me, knowing who I am, knowing what I am and what I can and what I cannot do. And I don't compete. Yeah. I complete.
You're content with what you are, with how you are.
That is the right word. I complete others. You know, when I see this one is good at speaking, or this one is good at cleaning, I then go and encourage you to be that and to be the best. Nobody else must be like you, because we are all different, and what we bring to the table is different. So if we respect each other and what we are bringing to the table, you will find that you cannot make a cake with just flour. Yeah. You need eggs, you need butter. Wow. So I've got that in my mind all the time when I'm working with people, that yes, I can be the leader, and I can be the one sitting with the final authority or with the final say. Yeah. But you can't make a cake without baking powder, even though you just need a teaspoon.
Amazing stuff. I'm actually fascinated by your power and, you know, the energy that's coming from you at such a young age. I know they say it's rude to ask a lady age, right? But as an inspiration, people need to know. Maybe you may not tell us how old you are. Maybe what am I in the 20s, late 20s, early 30s? Just as an inspiration to those young ladies out there, right? Kuti vaona kuti zvinoachivika, zvinhu zvinosvikika, right? Because inina hangu ka tisatatombenda kure. Of course, today we're going to be discussing about nyaya ye-funeral cover and all that, right? But we want to just encourage a little girl who's watching right now, kuti it's possible kuti ukwanise kuatena your dreams.
My name is Tinashe Chingwaru, and I'm a CEO under 40. I always wish to do that. You know, there's this thing that CEO under 40. I'm a CEO under 40, and I'm a woman, and I embrace that. You know, the one thing also that you have to know about me is I don't have any degree.
Okay.
Understand?
Amazing.
All this, like I said, it's a natural ability. Things that I played around about my 18s. I was a teenage mom.
Okay.
And one way or another, people had written me off.
Yes.
But I didn't allow myself to be that, like to be written off. I fought hard.
Past is past.
Past is past. So now everyone who had written me off, they can see, wow, with a little bit of focus, with a little bit of dedication and love, this is how one can be. You know, one can be a CEO, one can, like right now, I think we're almost, I've got 3 businesses. This is one of the businesses that I'm leading, and all of them I'm sitting on the director or CEO board of directors.
Amazing stuff.
So I'm doing fiber, I'm doing printing, and from the ground up. Understand? And then you think, how can one be like that? What makes one like that? I think it's just believing in God and the Holy Spirit that you can be anything you want. The Bible says you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So whenever someone wants to say it's too much or this, it is their belief. It's not my belief.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. That's a strong grounding that you have there. And I would like to say, keep on doing what you're doing. I can see you're destined for greatness. But in any case, guys, we're saying that today we're not really talking about Tinashe. We are talking about Great Hope funeral cover. Tell us, who is Great Hope cover? Kanakuti, how would you explain Great Hope? Is it as an NGO? Who is Great Hope? If funeral plan, funeral cover, chia, amen, tudoti, vanhu vari kunze uko vari in the diaspora vanasonzwiswa kuti chinonzi Great Hope chi.
Great Hope funeral cover, it's a vision. It's More Boys Munet's vision.
Okay. More Boys Munet is one of the founders.
More Boys Munet is the director and the visioneer, the pioneer of this vision, this whole vision. It's his vision. Okay. I just saw it, and I'm one person. We come along very far with him. He's one person that I know very well. Deeply rooted in Christ, hardworking, and always wanting to. He doesn't work for himself; he works for God. That's one amazing thing about him. So we started with MFS. That's Munetsi Funeral Services. We were doing repatriations, with our experience of funeral cover plans and everything. There were some challenges that time that we said, okay, we are just doing repatriation. So Munetsi Funeral Cover. Munetsi Funeral Services is still existing, and that is our bigger brother. Okay. So when anyone passes on, we are doing repatriations from anywhere in the SADC region. So you die in South Africa and you want to be taken back home, whether home is Zimbabwe or is Angola, Great Hope can do the logistics and help you plan and do the repatriation for you. So you are in Botswana and you want to go to Zimbabwe or you want to come to South Africa, you go to person. So the vision came up, the idea came up when we were facing too many repatriations, and then the people don't have money. Okay. Understand? When someone dies, let's say for instance you're in Cape Town and you pass on, you don't have a police or anything like that, you need more or less 30 or 40,000 for your body to be taken. We are not even going to talk about the other expenses like people coming and waiting and all those things that we put into factor. People don't even know where to go to get the paperwork. So with that need, we kept on seeing the need, and More Boys, because he was one of the founder of one of the leading funeral cover companies. He was doing repatriations because that's what he was doing. But his experience is in funeral insurance. Okay. So when the time came, he set me down and he told me, Tinashe, this is where we need to go. This is what we need to do. And the vision is a international. Yes. It's an international vision.
That's where we are going. That's where you are actually going, I see.
It's an international vision. I'm like, I think I can help you with this. We can really do something about it.
Okay. So when was this?
This was last year in March. That's when we opened our doors. That's why I'm saying
What?
I'm telling you. Like,
I'm thinking, guys, you've been in the game for like 10 years. Just looking at your offices and the services that you offer, I thought you were like 10 years in the game.
we are the fastest growing funeral cover plan right now at the moment. Even
I agree.
Even the underwriters, people cannot believe what we are doing and where we are coming from, because like in 1 year the strides that we have taken and the magnitude, the following, the response that we have taken, it can only be God. I always tell him that, if we think that this is us, we are crazy. This can only be God. And I know for a reason that God is the center of this business, because if you look at the leaders, we never do anything without consulting God. We serve. We might be getting a living right now from what we are doing, but the main reason in the core was to help. That's why our theme is we are saved to serve. We are saved by God to serve our community and our surroundings. So that is the root. So seek him first, the kingdom of God, and everything else will be added unto you.
Icho. I feel like you're preaching here.
I'm always preaching. People sometimes they say, this one should be a preacher. And you know what? the nice thing about it is the truth. When you are talking about the truth, you become passionate about it. Because it is the truth. Anyone who knows more boys, they will tell you he's the truest version of serving. He's very humble. I tell you, I'm not one person who likes people. And for me to be able to say he can lead me, it took me God to say, you know what, you can be Jonathan. This is David, be his Jonathan.
So the one thing I can pick up is the company itself, Great Hope, has got a firm leader. He has got a leader who can lead, actually. Right, because it's important for people who would want to come and do funeral covers with you, to understand the company itself. Because in the market, although it might be 80 rand, it might be 100 rand, 120, they need to know where the money is actually going. Right, so it's good that we are touching on the directors, we are touching on the people who founded the company. But tell us the organization, the structure of the organization. You are a CEO. How many employees do you have? How many branches do you have? You mentioned that you're in Botswana, you're in everywhere else. Are these satellite offices that you have, or you've got agents all over the place?
Okay. So I like the fact that you said the leaders has to be strong, because you know what, I think the strength of any organization is in its leadership. And when people need leaders that they can trust. People need leaders that they can follow. People need, when things are falling apart, they need people that can tell them what to do. People that can look at them. People that put themselves last and put everyone first. That is what Great Hope has. I can tell you this company was non-funded. Fully, it is funded by God. Understand? So the director is Moboys Munetsi. I'm his CEO. Our CFO is in Zimbabwe. His name is Kudam. We've got brand ambassadors. We've got call center agents. I think, if I'm not mistaken by now, because they're in and out also. Maybe 40, 50.
It's amazing.
Branches in Cape Town, Joburg, Cape Town, Somerset. That's where you can get our core centers. We've got 5 franchises in South Africa. We have Midrand, we have Hermanas, we have CBD, we have Parklands. We have Somerset. So Botswana and Zimbabwe, they are in their final stages. We are launching. We were supposed to have opened Botswana on the 1st of August, but I'm sure in the next week or two, things are going to start rolling up. Just some technical and small prints that needs to be sorted out before we can launch. So Harare also, that's where also we're going to have another office there, because that's our roots. Understand? We are taking people to Zimbabwe, and if there's things that needs to be done in Zimbabwe, they need a base. True. And what we are doing, this need is not only in South Africa. That's what we saw. The people in Botswana actually were the ones screaming that bring Great Hope to Botswana. What about Botswana? Lesotho, what about Lesotho? So all we are doing is we are answering the people that are saying, please come to us, and we are going to them.
But that speaks a lot about what you're doing, because if you have people actually crying and say, Great Hope, can you come? It's from testimonials and all that, which means you're actually doing great work.
I'm telling you, it's not easy to be servicing our clientele, which are Zimbabweans.
Yeah.
Zimbabweans, I'm one of them. It's difficult.
Tough badge.
Difficult to save me.
Yes.
Understand?
Yeah.
Because when you are selling me something, I scrutinize, because not because I just want to be like that. It's because of my background.
Yeah,
it's because I get that money after sweat and
Yes.
blood. Understand? So I'm not going to just give
But that's important as well, yeah.
You see, so I'm not just going to give that money to someone. So I understand, and my team understands that the people that we are dealing with, they are getting it hard. So when they're giving it hard to us, it's because of their background. It's not because it's a bad person. So after speaking to that individual, you have to assure them, tell them what they need to know. If they ask you, where is our money being kept? We've got underwriters. The money is not kept by me, Tinashe Chingwaru. The money is kept by AUL, who is our underwriters at the moment. So if anything happens to you and I'm not there, you can contact them. They can be able to tell you, even if you want to find out, okay, am I really there? Am I registered there? You've got the right. I always open up that you've got the right to also follow up and find out what is going on with your policy. So trust and openness, that is what is making us so successful. And if you ask me right now and I don't know, I say we tell the truth no matter how bad it is. So as long as it is the truth, then it's okay with us.
Amazing stuff. Guys, to those who are joining us today, I'm at Great Hope Funeral Services here in Strand at their main branch at the headquarters. We'll be back just after this. Thank you.
Zvazviri Pawenera.
Your number one radio.
Okay, welcome guys back to Zvazviri Pawenera. Today we tap Mbokudze kuti we are not giving you entertainment, we're actually giving you information that can be of benefit into your life. Today we are discussing funeral cover, and I'm here at Great Hope and I'm sitting with the CEO, Tinashe Chingwaru, CEO under 40. Now, see, Miss CEO, can you tell us your service? Let's get down into the services. For someone who is listening right now who doesn't have a funeral cover, we want to know the kind of services that Great Hope is offering.
Okay, so you are out there and you're listening to me right now. You don't have a funeral cover. I want you to ask yourself one question. I grew up with a grandmother and a grandfather. One, and they are passed on. May their soul rest in peace. But one memory I still remember vividly in my childhood is them on a Sunday of the month end. They would wear their T-shirt, almost like the one I'm wearing here. I'm wearing my Great Hope T-shirt. They would wear their T-shirts or like almost like Wisiri type of jackets. They would go to burial society. I don't know if you also knew about.
I'm familiar.
I could see the Sunday they are going to burial society. Our grandfathers, I want to say our ancestors, they understood the importance of having a policy. So they had burial societies. They would maybe join in their groups. As communities or as people coming from one rural area or from somewhere there, they all joined for one common purpose. What will happen when someone passes on? So we are the evolved that burial society. So we are the slay queens. Nice. You can call us, we are the slay queens. So, you know, when you are born, you're going to die.
Everyone's going to die. It's inevitable.
It is inevitable. So, and most of the times, if you notice that when you die and you haven't planned, people will not have money.
True. It's always like that, man. These kind of things happen when we don't have money.
It reflects on the type of person that you were. Because most of the times, we can be bosses, we can call ourselves this and that when we are alive like this. But when you die, the truth will come out. That this person had nothing. This person did not plan. So we are there to make funeral cover. Make funerals simpler, man. Just like the burial society.
And
dignified. So we are the evolved version of burial societies. We just been added some sugar and some salt. So now, from as little as 99 rand,
What? 99 rand?
99 rand, not only one person.
Yes.
My baba never 6.
Yeah.
A husband and a wife with their 6 children under the age of 18 can be covered with only 99 rand.
I'll just hold on there. 99 rand. Are you telling me that if, like for me, I've got a wife and I've got 2 children, right? With that 99 rand, I'll be covered.
So our policies, they start from 99 rand,
Okay.
and they go up to 269.
All right.
It depends now with what type of a person you are.
Okay.
The 99 rand,
Yeah.
for me, I call it a hit and run.
Okay.
You know, when you die, you want to make sure that people take you home.
Yes.
So it's just a simple repatriation.
Yeah.
But kanongori CEO under 40, urimbingaudos, you know,
Bingaudo.
the says, you need the one for maybe 269 so that you can be buried with your status.
Yeah.
They can give you a dignified burial.
Okay.
269 for a husband, a wife, and 6 children under 18. It's not too much for you to have a doom casket, for you to have chairs and
269 is not even enough for breakfast once in a month. You know?
I'm always saying that
going out.
If we say right now, let's go out for lunch from after this meeting, we can spend more than 269. So, but people now, when we are alive and when we are well like this, we put our energy and focus on the wrong things. Yeah. We go for the bottles of Hennessy, 500 rand, you can just order it right now and it can come. Yeah. But we are also selfish. I think it's because people are selfish. They only, when I die, they are going to figure out what to do with me. That's being selfish. Yesterday I was at a funeral for just a young man, 23. He passed on. He didn't have a policy. The family is in Zimbabwe. The friends, the church, people had to run around. Understand?
Making it difficult for people who are still living.
And I also blame friends, you know. If you have a friend, I was talking to my cousin, and I was like, when you're talking to your friends, what are you talking about? Because I want to know if you pay your tithes, you know. I want to know if you've got a funeral policy. I want to know if you have investments. But what we are spending time on right now, we are busy following gossip. We are busy. Understand?
Are you stereotyping it to Zimbabweans, or is just a trend, generation iripo or across? Zimbabweans diaspora to focus on the wrong things.
One thing you know about me is I always say we, you know, so that I'm not perfect, understand? But usually, most of the time, serious, we put our energy in, not maybe the generation. The Wi-Fi one, you know, the
Wi-Fi generation.
Wi-Fi generation. All we do is we just save, or we forget. There is people that are doing very well, because I want to commend those young people, like my cousin. She's only 20, but she was actually thinking, maybe I must just take a 99 rand one for me, you know, just a backup. We are thinking like that. So look at your friends, look at the people surrounding you. What are they talking about? Do they have policies? Because one thing, if someone has a policy, that is not a normal human being. That is a planned human. That's why we call them funeral cover plans. So that person made a decision and they planned. Don't you want to hang around someone who has a plan?
I think it's a good thing that we're actually doing this podcast, because this is what has been lacking. Information going out there. People want to have the data to go on the internet. They have data to go on Facebook, but there's nothing that's sensible on Facebook. Hence, we are doing this. So I think this is the genesis to more positivity to the kids or the new generation out there, so that they can have information. Because the way you're saying it, you're encouraging people, and people are being enlightened. So keep on doing what you're doing.
I'm glad you think like that, because that is my purpose. That is my mission. You know, I just don't want to be someone who just ingenious, you know, like you just have fun and you have party. We have fun, but are you celebrating? Understand? What are you celebrating? Understand? But if you're not celebrating, why not get a funeral plan? Understand? Why not plan your life? It's okay to look a certain way. I think we talked about it one way or another, but it's okay to look a certain way, but it's something else to be that person. So it takes knowing who you are, what you want to be. So I'm an exceptional human being. I should have exceptional plans. So you find me talking about investments. You find me talking about, I told you I'm a serial entrepreneur. You find me talking about policies and tithes, because I'm a kingdom financier. I want to make sure that love I spread the gospel of love. This is the gospel of love. I'm telling you, plan for when you die.
Yeah.
Because where Jesus was buried, the tomb that Jesus was buried,
Someone had planned.
someone had planned.
Yeah.
So if you're a Christian and you are listening to the word,
Yeah.
the word is your core, and you don't have a policy.
Yeah. But I blame the kind of gospel that we are hearing nowadays again also because pakuzounza misconception yekuti kana uchinamata, you are dumb. Kunamata is not dumb. Being a Christian is not being dumb. I'm actually happy that I'm sitting with a Christian here who is enlightened. Who is also into business.
I always say I'm a Christian. I'm a Christ ambassador.
Okay.
My lifestyle. When you see me, you should have seen Jesus walking. I'm an ambassador. I'm a representative of Christ on earth.
Okay.
So if Christ had a friend who had a tomb, that is what we are doing. We are simply bringing the word to life.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
Making sure that the word spreads.
Yeah.
And you say the gospel that is being preached. It's not what the fault is at the one who is taking the gospel.
Yeah.
You are to look and seek for yourself. The scriptures are there, most. The word is there. Yeah. You have to have your own understanding of all. I can take any reference from the Bible and use it to what I want it to benefit me.
Okay.
Understand?
Yeah.
But is it really what is
being said?
Yeah. In the Bible, it says, there's a time and a season for everything. A time to be born and a time to die.
Yeah.
So the word is simple and it's clear, but how we take it, sometimes we conception. There's a misconceptualizing it. So I'm always saying, like, if you plan, write down, like, and when you have a funeral plan, it's not something that you keep a secret.
Yes.
If I take a funeral plan, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to tell this, because if I die, they are going to have peace of mind.
Yeah, true.
But if they die, you are going to be running around with the book. Understand?
True.
So if you get your funeral policy, make sure your sister has a funeral policy.
Yeah.
Make sure your uncle has a funeral. Because anyone, like me, anyone who is my responsibility, I make sure I follow up on them.
Yeah.
Have you paid your policy?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if they pass on, they are not there.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's there.
True.
So it's my responsibility. Same with the gospel. If you die today and you haven't received Christ, it is my responsibility because I was supposed to have preached the good news to you.
Amazing.
Did you know that? Did you know that it's like that? Your neighbor is your responsibility. Okay. So when you get something nice, when you get good news, like when you have this revelation, like the one I have about the policies and the funeral cover, we ought to share it. We can't keep quiet.
Yeah.
That is not what we do. Yeah.
True, amazing. So we were on the services that you offer. Yes. So you said you've got the one for 99 Rand, and you have the one for 269. Can you just quickly go in each and every service? Give us the benefits on all the services.
On top of my head, that would be that would be challenging because we're
going to try and put it on the screen maybe for viewers to see.
Yes, we'll put one of our flyers and all our premiums on there. Yeah. But what you can expect to get from us is like repatriation, cash back, and one thing about Great Hope. You see, when I said cash back,
I see you're smiling now.
Because you know what? We are the only funeral service provider company right now that provides plans that has got a cashback plan. Yeah. When you pay
cash is needed. Eh?
When you pay your premiums, right, for 3 years, we appreciate you. We say 2 months back, we're giving it back to you.
Wow.
Just being a good premium payer.
Amazing stuff. So we are talking, we are still on services. How do you forfeit your plan? Because we know sauti anga ni debit, right? A deduction that is done every month, right? Then something happened basarapera over misa 2 months. Does that person forfeit the whole cover? What are the rules behind forfeiting your? Just maybe not getting into detail. Maybe guys we're going to put their phone numbers. Then you can always call a Great Hope for more information. But for the sake quickly for someone who wants to hear.
I'm going to finish on the service. So we give you cash back.
Yeah.
We've got groceries. We've got tents. We've got chairs. Yeah. We've got quantums. We've got avanzas. We've got 22 seaters. Yeah. So basically, we can cover the whole funeral depending on the one that you were paying. So for 99 rand, you can't expect to get a doom casket. You always obviously get maybe a standard coffin or something like that. Okay. So at Great Hope, we've got 3 means of payment. So we have cash back. Yeah. We have pay at. And then we have EFTs. So
pay 8. What's pay 8?
Pay 8. You get a code or a number that you can go and use at ShopRite, Checkers, Pick and Pay to do your payment.
So everyone is covered, whether you've got an account or you don't have an account. There's always means to be sure that you are up to date with your payments.
We have all the options for that. You just have to choose which one suits you. Okay. So you are our client. You've been working for 2 years and you are paying your premiums right, and then something happened that you are no longer working. On our terms and conditions, one can only have 15 days before they can pay their policy. So, but because at Great Hope we are safe to save, most of our agents, we monitor everyone who is on the book. Understand? So we see that you've got a challenge. We call you. We encourage you. You know, one time I was so moved by one of the agents that I saw talking to a client, and the client was telling them that they are not working, so they cannot pay the 100 rands. We express the need of why you have to pay that 100 rand. Because if I go to my friend and I say, please give me 100 rand, I want to pay my policy, because if anything happens to me, you see, I'm not working. If I'm not working, I can be stressed. I'm at my highest possibility of being. When you're not working, you get stress and heart attacks. You cannot not pay your. We really.
It's high priority that you pay.
So we emphasize on that. Then also, I encourage you to borrow, because if I come to you and you just bought me water for free. But you paid for it. Imagine if you wanted to pay me water and I say, please give me 100 rand, I need to pay. Anyone with their rightful mind, instead of giving people money for alcohol, they can give you money to go and pay your policy. And the money that we are talking about here, like we said, it's not a lot of money. We can make a plan. So we work together, and we also have advisors that can guide you towards what to do when you are not employed, what to do when you are having challenges. Because you can't say you don't have 100 rand to pay your policy when you have 100 rand to pay your fish oil. Yes. Or to go to KFC. Your priorities. I'm one person who will make you see your priorities. What is more important in your life at the moment? If you, like I said, it's always my savings, my funeral plan, my tithes. If you put your priorities right, you can take from your savings and use to pay your.
So in other words, you're saying that a policy is actually a need, it's not a want.
It's not a want. So if you remove a policy from a want and you put it where it belongs, you will never not have money. You cannot miss a date.
Amazing.
That's just how it is. I think that is how I see it. That's how important it is for me.
So I just asked you, how does one forfeit?
One forfeit, if you 45 days not paying, you are in danger. You understand? And then what happens is when you die after 40, because we are, at the end of the day, we are an insurance company. Exactly. Us, we've got underwriters. Underwriters, if you don't pay, expect, so it's a chain. If you don't, you've been paying 1 year, and then you decide, I don't know what happens. But if you are sick, tell someone, like I said, tell someone, I'm not feeling well, but please check on my policy. If we communicate, we can get away with anything.
Amazing stuff, guys. This is part 2 of our interview episode. Today we're at Great Hope Funeral Plan here in Strand, their headquarters, and I'm sitting with the CEO, Tinashe Chingwaru. We'll be back just now.
Zvazviri Pawenera. Your number 1 radio.
Okay, guys, welcome to part 3 of today's episode. I'm at Great Hope Funeral Plan, and I'm sitting with Tinashe Chingwaru, the famous under 40 CEO. Now, Tinashe, before we round up this program, how easy is it to sign up? If someone wants to sign up for a funeral cover, a funeral plan, how easy is it?
it's as easy as cutting butter with a hot knife. So there's no waiting period.
Yeah.
So whether you've got a passport or you don't, we can use your ID. We can use your birth certificate, because all we need is your ID number.
Yeah.
So we can do it telephonically.
Yeah.
We can do it physically.
Yeah.
So there's a form that we just need to fill in the details.
Yeah.
Your name, who's going to be your beneficiary, who's going in on there. As soon as you finish signing up the application form, or someone has done it for you over the phone, depending on which one you have chosen, if it's a EFT or if it's a pay-at. If it's a pay-at, you get a reference number that can allow you to go and pay at Pick n Pay.
Yeah.
If it's an EFT, we give you our account number, then we tell you also the date that you're supposed to do the transfer. Debit order, we always tell you also which date suits you, the 1st, the 7th, or the 15th.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to sign up. You don't really say, oh, I don't have a passport, so I can't join. You don't need also joining fee.
Yeah.
There's no joining
There's no joining fee.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it's easy.
Yeah, it sounds very easy.
All we need is the information and no joining fee. If you're signed up, all you need to do is pay your premiums.
So guys, murikuzvinzwira, none is so easy as cutting butter with a hot knife. Amazing stuff. Guys, zvakakosha kuti tinge tine ma-funeral covers, tine funeral plan, tiri mu-diaspora, tiri mu-wenera. Anything can happen. Rufu runosvika, especially patime dzedza dzinenge tisina mari. Saka it's always good kuti uzovaone kusanetsa vanhu vanenge vasara. Uye funeral yako kuti inge ingoriwo dignified. It's really important. Any words that you would like to say to Zimbabweans watching, who are outside Zimbabwe, who are in the diaspora, vari muwenera, what words of encouragement would you like to say? Right now, I would want you to just address Zimbabweans in general who are in the diaspora.
First, I want to say thank you. Thank you, the Great Hope family. Thank you, everyone who has supported Great Hope. You know, the response has been overwhelming. I get goosebumps when I serious. When
you feel like ants.
I get goosebumps whenever I speak about the response and the way these people that are now called the Great Hope family. We've got Great Hope. We've got over 100,000 followers.
Guys, we need events, man, from Great Hope. You know, just like a family outing, family day. Go out there, bring in, you know, all Zimbabweans. Just a day. Great Hope to go celebrate. We want that.
I never thought of it, but I really think we need a celebration because the way and the way the family you have received us, the way you are supporting us, you know who we are. And even if we sometimes we make mistakes, you know, you are always there to correct us. You don't say, no, we are giving up on them. No, you tell us ways of improving. You show us the way. I was listening yesterday. Our director was saying something about there was something that didn't go well yesterday, and he was just trying to apologize to the community. I saw 1 or 2 comments, people volunteering to help for free.
Wow.
And that cannot be us. That can only be God. So I'm saying God bless you. Continue to support us. Please tell your sister, tell your uncles, tell everyone around you that they need to join Great Hope. Munwe Seko Great Hope. Munwe Seko Great Hope.
Munwe Seko Great Hope.
Great Hope. It's a slogan that actually was created by the Great Hope family.
Yeah.
So you find that everyone is just saying Munwe Seko Great Hope. Yeah. Our motto is we are safe to save. Yeah. But our family is always saying to encourage others that Munwe Seko Great Hope. Everyone is welcome. I am out of words when I speak of the appreciation that I have for the Zim community and people from the UK. They're always referring clients to us, people in Zimbabwe. If anything happens, they're the first to call us. We have done repatriations, you know, with someone who passed on here and they don't have a relative. In their surroundings, so they will contact us direct. We will go and do the removal up until taking the body to the home it's like we are family.
Yeah.
You can literally just say this is our next of kin, or like that person that you can say we've been doing that. People from the UK will say, I've got my cousin who passed on in Durban. Yeah. Please, this is the passport. Can you can you take over? Yeah. We do everything. So thank you for trusting us. Thank you for giving us a chance. And if you look at the background, like I say, we are not rich people. We were never rich, but the God, like seek Him first, the kingdom of God. Everything is coming into place. You are what makes us. The people are that's why I would never, ever not want to serve a client, because they are responsible for my well-being. They are responsible for me looking nourished like this. If this is the word, I buy it because they are the ones supporting us. So we respect you. We love you. Keep on coming with the suggestions on how we can improve. Thank you so much.
Munhu wese anokosheswa ku Great Hope.
Munhu wese, my president tinokudai, my cleaners tinokudai. We like, and that's one thing I love about Great Hope. Yeah. Aina
segregation.
Yeah. Everyone. We just loving each other, and just over 100,000 followers in like less than 1 year. In 1 year, and all those things. It can only be God. Amazing.
Now we are in Women's Month, right? But today, like I said, at the beginning of the program, we were talking about you being a young CEO and all that, and there was a word of encouragement that you've given. I want you just to touch on that again. I told you I've got girls, right? So I'm so driven when when I see ladies, when I see girls doing wonderful work and tapping into those places. Any word of advice that I would like to say to young girls again? We are repeating ourselves, but I think it's important. Young girls
and women in our Women's Month. Yeah. My encouragement will be work on yourself, work on trying to figure out who are you? What do you have? Yeah. Where do you fit in? Like the real you. Once you know who you are, everything else makes sense. Yeah. For me, I have really fully accepted that I am Tinashe Chingwaru, and there is no one else like me. Yeah. I have embraced it. Yeah. Every day, even though if I don't know something, I want to learn. Open yourself to, because now the thing with us, most of us women now, is we are focusing on marriage and love, but there is a whole bigger world. The pie is bigger than just love. But so if you go for love, my factors are actually balanced. It's a disaster in the making. So,
in other words, you're just teaching young girls to empower themselves so that when they get into things like marriage and all that, they are self-sustaining, that they are stable. Is that what you're saying?
Empower yourself in all angles. Like, instead of just focusing on love, there is also the physical part. Like, take yourself for a walk, run, go to the gym. If you don't let's say not gym, just walk around, understand?
I get it.
Go to church, spiritual. I'm not saying church, maybe, I don't know what you believe in, but your beliefs, work on your beliefs. Okay. Why were you created? Okay. What's your purpose? What's your reason for being on earth? Understand? Work on, like, love, family. There's family also. We've got love for love, but we've got also family. We work on your community. Then love will find you.
Amazing.
Love will find you. Happiness, peace, and those are the things that you should be focusing on. Finding the true meaning of who you are. Once you have done that, even a partner, even money, everything else just falls into place.
Yeah, wonderful. Contact details. Where do people find you? Where are you located on the internet, on the social media platforms, and physically, if there are any offices around besides the headquarters here in Somerset?
So we have offices in Joburg. It's number 107 Elephant House, Albertina, Sisulu. Okay. That's the Joburg 2001 zip code. Okay. Somerset West, 122 Main Road. We've got CBD, Tibauterswe. So also we are on social media. Yes. Great Hope.
Great Hope.
Great Hope.
We won't miss that.
We've got our website also, www.greathope.co.za. So if you go there, you'll find our telephone numbers, and I'm sure you're going to pin some of the numbers also.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to find out
Definitely
about us, then you can just hit us up.
Amazing stuff, guys. Anything else that we might have missed?
Policies, guys, sign up. Let's all sign up. Let's make sure. Let's take this as a need.
Yeah.
It's not a want. It's a need. Let's treat it as a need that it is.
Yeah.
Zvinorwadza kuti uri kunoku. Vamwe vari kuti wigonge mubanditi.
Yeah.
You know, there's no rest in that.
Yeah.
So, I'm encouraging everyone to sign up, and we are safe to serve, man. Yes.
Amazing stuff. Thank you for being part of this show. I know we wanted this show forever, but finally we got through, and you made it to the interview. Thank you so much for availing yourself on your busy schedule, and we hope everything will go on well here at Great Hope Funeral, and we're expecting that event soon.
Thank you so much for being patient. Thank you for being you. Actually, just for this, before we had this interview, you also, people like you are needed in the world. You know, you are very persistent, and when you want something, you really want it, despite the challenges of us getting to where we have. I think that's why it was so hard for us to sit like this, because it was going to be worth it.
Yeah.
Anything that is worth it, it doesn't come easy.
Amazing stuff. Guys, Zvazviri, I was sitting here with Tinashe Chingwaru, one of the youngest CEOs that you may find here in the diaspora. Zvazviri Pawenera, Zvazviri Great Hope Funeral Plan. Tiri Mustran main, main road, right? Guys, if you just search Great Hope, whether it's on Google or on Facebook, we're going to find them. It's important. It's not a want, but it's a need for you to have a funeral cover. So think about it, guys. We're going to put all the details on the screen. Check them out, phone them, inquire. Have a funeral cover in case anything happens. Life is life. Rufu runongo shika when you least expect it. When you least expect. Guys, till we meet next time on Zvazviri Pawenera, I'm out. Mr. Banks alongside Tinashe.
Great Hope, we are safe to serve.
Amazing stuff. See you next time.